Hi there guys, so if you watched the last video you should know where this has come from, the sum of any arithmetic series. And also we've got this formula. Basically the A and the D, we're already used to that, N we're already used to, L is a bit of new terminology, it's the last term along. This is the first plus the last, so you can write it in this form if you know the last number. Okay, so let's have a look. So we can ask you questions like this. Find the sum of the following series, but we're telling you it's 12 terms long. We don't need to write all 12 terms if we tell you how long it is. So let's use our formula. So here, it might be a good idea to write down what n is. So n is 12. A, well that's 2. And D, you can see it's going up in 4s. So I'm going to write here, just pop it straight in. I'm going to limit the amount of working I do here. So n divided by 2, that's 12 divided by 2 is 6. If I take this fraction out, it just makes it easier straight away. 2 a's, well a is 2, so 2 of those is 4. Plus, we know there's 12, so it's 12 take away 1, that's 11. 11 fours are 44. And it's 4 because of the difference. So you just tidy this up, so it's 6 lots of that, so 44 plus 4 is 8. 6 lots of 48 is 288. So the sum of those first 12 numbers that are going up in 4, starting at 2, is that. Okay, so here's another example. But you'll see, here we didn't know the last, here we do. So because we know the last, here's an opportunity to use this number. But we do not know how many terms there are. So although we have the first and the last, we have a problem because we will not be able to use this formula yet. So what you need to do is find the nth term. So you can use the a plus brackets n minus 1d to find it out, but that's a couple of videos along, so we're going to assume you can do it quickly. So that's the nth term. We know 94 is in the nth term, so let's put it equal to it. Let's solve it, and we'll find out that the 94th term along is 30. So my animations have let me down a little bit here, so let me just get the pen out and I'll explain this a little bit better. I'll just change the colour. Okay, so because we know n is 30, and here's our formula, so that's n, so that's 30 divided by 2, and that's giving us our 15. A is our first number, so that's a 7, and last number here is 94. And then it's just a matter of expanding it and whatnot. So there you go. So you might have to find the nth term to find out what term is first and combine all your knowledge together. And let's look at this one. So how many terms of the following series is needed to make the given sum? So how long do we have to keep doing this sequence? When can we stop that the total is 589? So let's write our formula down. But we know this time the sum is 589. So we're told this part. We have no idea what n is. We know what a is, and we can see the difference is 3 as well. So that's a there. The difference is 3. Don't know what n is, but we know that. So let's just pop those numbers in. So remember 2a's, just rather than writing 2 times 4, just put 8. It's going to be so much easier. Okay, we're going to have to tidy this bit up. So it's 3 lots of this bracket, so it's going to be that. And again, tidy it up inside, and you'll finally end up with this. Now when you've seen this, the only thing you can do is expand. Oh, I did skip this bit, so obviously it's been divided by 2, so I have times 2 here to get rid of that divided by 2. Expand, it's quadratic, everything on one side, and here you have a problem because we're telling you that these types of question is non-calculator. Excuse me, but before C1 was made, there used to be a calculator element to it. So a lot of the questions that you might find need a calculator in your textbooks. So this one in particular, you're not going to solve that any other way, but do the quadratic formula if you must, but n is 19. So we will give you questions like that with the numbers that are much easier. So there you've just seen 3 examples or 4 examples of how you can use the formula that we discovered in the previous video, made famous by Carl Gauss. Alright, best of luck with those guys.